Hi, I'm Lisa Sargese, author of Diary of a Fat Girl, How I Lost 140 Pounds, Overcame Binge Eating Disorder, and Learned to Love Myself After Weight Loss Surgery. Today is day 17. I'm finding it very easy to keep my word about going to the gym. I make sure to have fun when I'm there. I make sure to work on machines that actually feel good. So today's topic is feelings. If you're like me and you were raised in a way where you had to constantly strategize and swallow your emotions and dodge a very unpredictable parent, you reacted to your environment and you developed a reactionary personality. So based on the feedback or support or lack of support or anger or being cold-shouldered or whatever, based on how you were treated or being treated or the mood of the person that day, regardless of you, that kind of dictated, okay, how am I going to behave? How am I going to people please? How am I going to cajole this parent to be decent to me or just not be outwardly cruel? Now, when you go through years and years and years of this, you lose touch with your feelings. Well, you had to bury them, right? I couldn't lash back in anger. Crying was only tolerated for a few seconds, and then it was, we'll give you something to cry about, or emotions were not nurtured or encouraged, nor were feelings about how it felt to be talked to or yelled at, or, even feelings of joy weren't received well. If it wasn't something that my mother agreed that I should feel good about, then I was shamed for it. So now what? Now we're adults and we're like, okay, we were raised by people who were emotionally immature or who were alcoholics or addicts and also emotionally inept. All right, now what? Now that we've identified that and we've talked about it and gotten it out of our systems and stopped blaming ourselves, now what? What about the repair work? We have to figure out who we are. And the only way to do that is to be aware of how we feel. So I was talking to someone last night about that, and I'm like, locate it in your body. If somebody says something to you and you feel it here, go, ow. Or if you feel it here and it feels good, you go, oh, wow. Feel it in your body. How do you feel? And you're thinking, I know how I feel. What is she talking about? In the moment, do you? I was once asked by a practitioner, she says, if you were hitting yourself over the head with a bat, a plastic bat, like all day, just kept hitting yourself in the head, how would you feel at the end of the day? And my first instinct is to, what's the right answer? I better give the right answer or I'm not a smart, good person. Right? I better figure this out. I'm smart. That's my identity. That's the one good thing I'm allowed to be. I'm smart. I grew up and my mother was proud that I was smart. So I better be smart and give the right answer. How would I feel if I was being hit? Well, I would feel like I would want myself to stop. Like, well, that's not a feeling. That's a thought. The practitioner didn't word it quite that way. But it took me a few wrong answers to come up with, I'd be in pain. It would hurt. That's how dissociated I was from my feelings. This was 2 years ago? By the way, look her up if you could take it. It's a lot of very good information, but the amount of self-reflection that you have to do in order to heal from watching her videos, look up Sherry Schreiber. Okay, so today I'm at the gym, and I was smiling because any of the machines that work on my glutes, the butt muscles, they feel really good. I do a lot of sitting at the computer for my job. I teach, and I teach college, and I often teach online, and that's a lot of hours sitting. I write. I'm working on From Wheelchair to Warrior. I'm writing. So these machines that work the glutes, they feel good, and it made me so happy to feel good about feeling good. So there's two sets of feelings. There's the feelings we have, like bodily sensations, actual like, oh, ow, ow, ow. Feelings or feelings. And then we have the basic emotions. Sad, happy, angry, frightened, loving, peaceful. And when we say things that we say, well, I feel abandoned, that's not a feeling, that's a thought that you use to describe a feeling. What you feel is sad and frightened, right? So we have to learn to identify our feelings and feel our feelings. This is part of the healing work. Now at the gym, there will be lots of different emotions, lots of thoughts trying to explain those emotions, and a lot of bodily sensations. When we feel them without judgment, I believe healing can take place. I feel a lot emotionally lighter. I feel stronger. I have so much less pain. So much less pain. A healing practitioner came to applied sports psychology last night. A course I was auditing. Oh, the sun came out. Now I'm all blurry. Let's see if I can do something about that. Nope, not really helping. And as part of a demo, he said, who's in pain? And I said, oh, my thumb. How long has it been hurting? Since October. Okay, he worked on it. And I wish I had shown you the before, so there would be some sort of control that you could see the difference. I was only able to bend it about this much. And, like it was stiff. Like I would just do my housework holding my thumb out. Hitchhiking in my living room. And this was healed. And I'm thinking, all right, let me feel something about this. It feels good to be able to move my thumb. It feels good to have a healed thumb. It feels good to freely move this comfortably. It feels good to work on certain machines. It feels good to ride the bike and feel the burn, but not a punishing burn. It feels good to keep my word. Day 17 at the gym, a place I thought I'd never go to again, let alone do a 30-day challenge. Sometimes we store emotions in our body. Okay, if this is too new agey for you, just shut it off because I'm not going to stop talking. We store energy is never lost. Emotions are energy. And if we don't feel them, they get stored for later. Or if we've judged our emotions to be wrong or bad, then, in order to protect ourselves from these terrible feelings that make us feel like such a bad person, anger, fear, sadness, the ones we're not supposed to feel if we're good people, and we bury them, where do they go? Well, they get stored somewhere for later. And they keep getting stored and stored and stored because we can't be sad, we can't be angry. That means we're terribly ungrateful people and bad, and we should have more control over our feelings. And you're working on your body, and all of a sudden you feel something that has nothing to do with your surroundings or nothing to do with a thought in your head. You opened something up. people like me who have chronic pain, inflammation issues, and avoid moving, I think some of that has to do with avoiding the stored emotions. Once you start stirring things up, ooh, all the feelings come. And then what? Let them come. They will go. They won't last. They won't stick around forever. I feel sad. I feel afraid. Feel it and let it pass like a cloud.